Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to MTGRNA Traders. My name is Terran. Let's talk about the Orzhov mechanic Spotlight, which is Afterlife for Ravnica Allegiance. Alright guys, so we're kind of going through these kind of quickly for this week. These are going to be all of the different kind of mechanics from, I keep wanting to say Guilds of Ravnica, from Ravnica Allegiance. I feel like every video is going to be me saying that every single time, but this is going to be the Orzhov mechanic, and we're not going to watch the video. You can definitely watch that on their YouTube channel or on the daily MTG article site, so that's pretty interesting. But the Orzhov mechanic is pretty interesting here. Let's go down here to the Imperious Oligarch. It is Afterlife, and they can do Afterlife 1, I think 2, maybe 3. We don't really know yet. The full set isn't out, so I think it's probably just going to go Afterlife 3. That's probably going to be the highest it's going to go. Maybe Afterlife X, depending on what you kind of do. But Imperious Oligarch here is a 1 black, 1 white, 2/1 with Vigilance. Afterlife for 1, which means when this creature dies, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token with flying. This gives Orzhov a lot of flexibility in the early to mid game, especially for drafted and sealed, because flying damage in drafted and sealed is ridiculously powerful, and having this be a keyword mechanic on Orzhov means that they're going to be probably one of the more powerful guilds within drafted and sealed. As far as standard goes, this means we're going to have a token go wide strategy, and I'm super excited about that because, of course, 1, I love tokens, and 2, I love Orzhov, so this is going to be a win all around. Now, pitching this into maybe an Esper Shell in standard is probably the key here, especially because of all of the stuff we have, favorable wins being in standard right now as well. So that could be something we kind of could pitch into. The Imperious Oligarch is a 2/1 with Vigilance Afterlife for 1, which is really good. Now keep in mind we have Lava Coil in the format, so if it gets exiled, we do not get the plus of the 1/1 flyer. But getting shot, getting lightning strikes, getting Wizard's Lightning, just getting trading for damage does make the 1/1 flyer. Another card up here for us is Tithe Taker. This is a 2-mana 2/1. During your turn, spells your opponent cast cost 1 more to cast, and abilities your opponent activate cost 1 more to activate unless they're mana abilities. You have Afterlife for 1 as well, which means if this does die, you get a 1/1 flyer for it. This feels more like an Azorius mechanic than it does a Orzhov mechanic, and that's perfectly fine for me. I think it's good on both fronts, honestly. It's a white creature, so it's going to be tithing you, your opponent especially. I really like the ability here. I'm not really sure how this is going to stack up as far as in drafted and sealed, as far as having a good mechanic there. I feel like it's going to have more impact probably in Modern and Commander, maybe in some standard stuff as well. This is a good card, though, as far as a rare for us in your pack for standard and that kind of stuff. But for draft and sealed, I need to see more stuff in the format before I can make an opinion for this as far as being a good card in draft and sealed. But a 2-mana 2/1 that gives you a 1/1 when it dies, that's pretty good in draft and sealed, but I would feel bad if this was your rare in a pack. Regardless, let's go through here really quickly. Afterlife is a triggered ability that includes a number. For example, Tithe Taker has Afterlife 1. Some creatures have higher Afterlife numbers, so there you go. That's confirmation. When a creature with Afterlife dies, create a 1/1 white and black spirit creature token flying. The number tells you how many 1/1s you get. That makes sense. Afterlife triggers only when your creature dies, meaning it goes to the graveyard from the battlefield. If it's exiled directly from the battlefield or similar, Afterlife won't trigger. So that does mean, again, Lava Coil does not give you a 1/1. Remember that blockers are chosen all at the same time, meaning if you block with a creature with Afterlife and it dies, the spirits won't show up in time to block in that same combat. So that is something to keep in mind as well. And these are also really good because they kind of survive the Deafening Clarion decks right now, because those are huge decks right now thanks to Boros Aggro and Jeskai Control. So having these kind of cards come into the play really means that those Cleansing Nova and those Deafening Clarion decks are really going to struggle against these nice board states that kind of continually come back. So if you did notice, I did build a white-black tokens list or a Divine Visitation list a few weeks ago on the channel. If that's a deck tech, you can definitely check it out on the channel. I feel like this is really good for that as well, because Divine Visitation is a card that whenever you create a token, instead of creating the whatever token you create a 4/4 flyer. And these are like 2-mana creatures that create 1/1 flyers, so you still get a flyer for it. So I feel like it's pretty good either way. So I feel like white-black tokens in standard is going to be pretty powerful. But let me know what you think in the comments down below. Like, of course, if you like. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And make sure to hit that bell whenever we upload a video on the channel. We've got a ton of Ravnica Allegiance stuff coming out day after day. Tomorrow, they'll be hitting another guild. I really hope they get to hit Azorius, but they might not. They may not hit Azorius. Either way, guys, I look forward to it. And let me know what you think in the comments down below. Love y'all. Peace.